October, and it is the day before Clue 3, and I realised that I hadn't done any video. I've been very busy this week, got a lot going on with university, but I thought I'd film a little something just this afternoon, the day before Clue 3, and just whatever I do, that's what I'll put up. So this might not be very long, but I just thought I'd film a little bit of my afternoon for kicks, really. I am dressed up all warm. I feel like a little gnome. I'm just going to Tesco and I'm going to go on a little long walk to get there, just to get a bit of fresh air, because it is a lovely day outside, and I've just been inside reading all day, so I'm gonna see some of that and then come back and I'll show you where I'm at with my item. What's it called? My shawl. My little shawl. This is the gorgeous view outside my window. I mean, I think it's gorgeous with the sky and all the trees, but I realised that right below is a construction site. But, you know, find the beauty where you can. And I think this is pretty nice for a little desk view. And there I've been working on a little bit of the shawl today. These bobbles driving me absolutely insane. I'm so done with all of this slipping onto one needle and knitting back and forth. If there's no more of that in the pattern, Stephen, I will be a very happy gal. I also realised I forgot to say what I'm wearing, because it's all things that I made myself. I feel like that's happening more often these days. I'm like not, you know, didn't have to this point that many knitted items that I actually really enjoyed wearing, but now look at me. I mean, I didn't make my skirt. That is a dress that I bought, but this is the Berta shawl, which is a free pattern from Barocco. This is the Chesley toque, which I think I talked about in my last video or 2 videos ago at some point. It's a recently finished one. And then this jumper, I cannot remember. I made it summer 2020, and I think it was a free pattern, and I really enjoyed making it. It's like, I don't wear it all the time because it's not like the warmest jumper, but in the summer I wear it loads. It's a great like bring to the barbecue if you get a bit cold in the evening type jumper, but I'll try and find the pattern and stick it below. But first, Tesco. Tesco. I also made my socks, a handmade that I forgot about. These are from my sock tube that I made and then never followed up on, so this is one of the pairs. That's what they look like. This is their first outing. For those not in the loop, I am growing out my hair, very exciting. And this is where we're at right now, and usually I put it in plaits, but I didn't feel like it today, so this is what we're living with. I think I'm kind of into it. It's like a wave of hair, a little wave of hair, a little whoosh. Little look going on. Yeah, back from Tesco. Very exciting. It was really cold outside. I was not expecting it to be so cold. It was really cold. It looked beautiful. It was beautiful. Now it looks really dreary, and the time that I've been outside and come back, it's got super windy and grey. So I caught the like 10 good minutes of the day, or all the good weather as well. I was inside. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're not here to chat weather, we're here to chat briefly knitting, because I mean honestly I don't have loads to say about this week's clue. I yeah, let me get it out. You can see the bag and a little bit of a peek in the foreground of the camera. So we'll show you what I've done. This is the back, very fun. This is the front. I am midway through a row because I'm doing the bubbles, and I wanted to film this section now while I fancied doing it. And you know what I don't fancy doing? Finishing the bubbles. I obviously will finish them. I'm not gonna, you know, I've got this much left to do. So I'm hoping I can finish the bubbles tonight and at least start one of the triangles. But obviously it is Thursday at 4:30, so I am not going to be completing Clue 2 before Friday, and that's fine. Next week I'm about to go into full-time school placement, so I'm not going to be at home knitting while watching lectures. I'm going to be in a school with kids, not really having the time to work on this project in the same way that I have been, so I'm just accepting. I'm on a different time schedule. It feels like the knitting will get more as the weeks go on because the lines are longer. The rows get longer. So that's really fine. Not holding myself to that schedule, nor should you, unless you want to. But here's where we're at. I'm liking it. I love this bit here. This like green and orange section, it feels very Halloween-y to me. Looks a bit spider-webby, and I enjoy that because I'm trying to get into the Halloween spirit a bit more this year. I've been trying to find like a spooky movie that I like. Didn't watch a lot of spooky movies growing up, and so last year I watched Hocus Pocus, really enjoyed it. Pretty good, but I was like, you know, I want something that like gives me the feels, but I also like do get scared quite easily. So like I tried watching a genuine horror film and like tapped out after, I don't know, like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I just was not enjoying it. There was one weird like German horror movie that I watched the whole way through and did not feel good after. Like it was a good film, but not for me. But last night, or 2 nights ago, I watched Beetlejuice for the first time because I've been listening to the songs from the musical, which is great, recommend. And was like, oh, I'll like watch the film. So I had Winona Ryder in it, absolute fan, love her. Yeah, and that gave me the hit, you know, that gave me the feels. The like, it's spooky, but I'm not scared. I'm just enjoying the like spooky vibes. So if you know any other films that are kind of similar to that, like Hocus Pocus, basically like children's spooky films is what I want to watch. I also really enjoyed, what was the one? Not Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor. I really enjoyed, but that was definitely like the upper end of my like spooky ability, you know, like that was as scared as I want to be. I don't want to be any more scared than that. So maybe I'll watch Hill House because I haven't watched that. But it's anything in that genre, recommend. Anyway, the shawl gave me the spooky feelings, and I really like that section. I'm not like wild about all these holes, but like I'm here to play, so I'll live with them. I did like the welts. Didn't think that I would. I did. And I'm looking forward to the wedges because I think, well, one of the reasons that I'm not like as far along on the shawl is because I cast on last Friday this vest, which is blowing out the camera in a fun way. It's kind of fun. Which I just wanted a vest to wear over one of my dresses, and it's all stockinette, so it was really easy to knit while working, or reading, or like doing edits on my own work. So I'm looking forward to a bit of the shawl that is a bit more like this, because then I think I will actually do it. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. Looking forward to see where it goes. Looking forward to finishing this as well. I've done the neckline, but I think I'm gonna undo it. It says to do like 3, you like pick up the stitches and do like 3 stockinette to do a rolled neck, or like a, I don't know what it's called, like a rolled over sort of small neck, like a rolled hem sort of thing, but I don't think it's enough for me, so I think I'm gonna go back in and make it a bit longer. And I also did the same with one of the sleeves and it wasn't enough, so ripped it out, start again. So I just need to do the finishing on this. I think, what is this called? I think it's called like the Peace and Love vest. It was free. Yeah, I'm just looking at the pattern on my computer. Yeah, it's called the Peace and Love vest by Bruna Cortosi, and I've enjoyed it. Elements of the pattern were like not that clear, but it's like, I think if you're like an intermediate knitter, you can interpret what they mean and then do it most of the time. Also the original had a split hem and I did not do a split hem because I couldn't be bothered, looked too faffy, just wanted something straightforward. So I have to do the finishing on this, and the wedges for this, and those are my projects. And oh, I'm still working on the star-crossed as well. You can tell I'm quite tired after this week. I've got not full of beans, although I am making beans for dinner, so then I will be full of beans, full of spicy black bean bake. Yeah, but I am still working on my star-crossed. It's like I finished all the colour work, so I will show that because I don't think I had got that far the last time we spoke. I'm also currently stealing the needles from this to do the finishing on that vest. So it's on like stoppers, and it's also rolling a little bit at the bottom, which I'm hoping will be sorted out in the blocking. But yes, this is all the colour work done. I switched contrast colour balls. I mean, I'm sure you can see there's like a line here, because it was just going to be a lot more of like this sort of colour and I wanted there to be more variation, so I just switched to one of the other balls which had a slightly different colour to give a bit more punch, and I like it. I think it's really nice, if once you can see it all. But now I'm on the bit where you like, not to give too much away about the pattern, now I'm on the front, I'm doing the front, and then I'll do the back. So this is all pretty straightforward knitting as well, on the little back burner once I get the needles back from my vest, which I want to finish before my school placement, because I think it will be a good piece to have on, because I'm not great at regulating my temperature. I feel like I get like very hot and very cold, and having something where it's like on your body but your arms aren't, so you can still breathe a little bit but you're not cold, will be ideal. So hopefully I'll finish that in the next few days. That's what's going on in my knitting life. Yeah, the rest of the evening I'm going to make my bean bake. Make my black bean bake. It's a recipe from the New York Times. If you just put like spicy black bean bake. I've not made it before, but I saw someone make it on Instagram and it looked really yummy, so I'm gonna make that. And yeah, maybe I'll find another spooky movie to watch. Maybe I'll start Hill House, or maybe I'll do the reading that I'm supposed to do for class tomorrow. So I've got one more class, and then I'm off. Then I'm off to the big wide world of schools. So I'm very ready to be done with Zoom learning. But it's not, we've been doing Microsoft Teams, and also like Blackboard Collaborate, which is basically Zoom for academia. And I'm very ready to be done with that for a little while and be interacting with some like real children and real faces and real other teachers, which we've got a little bit of, but yeah, that would be really good. So I'm going to stop rambling and go on and do those things, and hopefully get this up before tomorrow, when the next clue comes out. And I will not be knitting it tomorrow, but I'll be knitting it when I can. yeah, how are you getting on with the MCAL? Are you doing the MCAL? What else are you doing? How is your week? What do you think I should do to my hair? I'm going to give myself a bit of a haircut in the next few days, just to tidy it up before I go to school, but the volume is not disappointing. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, you know the drill. And I'll see you hopefully next week. Bye!